1998. A year in gaming history that is really hard to describe as anything other than groundbreaking. Instant classics were coming out left and right. The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, StarCraft, Baldur's Gate, Resident Evil 2, Half-Life. Listen, gamers were eating good. It was nothing but the finest of dining. But even amidst all of these, arose a game unlike any that came before. Redefining the very idea of what a 3D game could be, challenging nearly every game design norm of the era, and setting a new standard for the quality and potential of cinematic stories able to be told through gaming. Banjo-Kazooie.
You're pretty good.
Tactical espionage action. 3 words that completely define Metal Gear Solid, but at the same time, I think completely fall short of describing just how absolutely wild and insane it really is. Between running around in a cardboard box, revolutionary game mechanics, engrossing players in gorgeously crafted cinematics that were way ahead of its time, spitting socio-political commentary out the wazoo, and the absolute fountain of creativity spilling out of
Hideo Kojima
solidified this game as truly legendary. And that being said, I've never played it. Wait, guys, I wasn't even born until the year after it came out. Wait, please.
Guilty! All counts.
Now, I know that sounds bad,
Idiot!
but it's not my first run-in with the Metal Gear series. Far from it, actually. A while ago, I played Metal Gear Rising on the channel.
Nanomachine, son!
And when the Phantom Pain came out, I played that one a lot. But I'll be the first to admit most Metal Gear fans would happily throw me to Revolver Ocelot for playing those before the originals. So listen, today we're here to start making things right. Now I'm gonna do my best to summarize everything that happens in this game, but keep in mind things get complicated fast in Metal Gear. That's kind of like the biggest understatement of the century though, because things get absolutely batshit insane in this series. So bear with me, because I'm gonna do my best.
Snake, you've got to think.
In any case, I think the only way to start this is by talking about Solid Snake, a man of many questions.
Behind D, woman in the cell, Psycho Mantis, second floor basement, surgical implants, dark little secret,
Shape memory alloy.
super baby method.
Who I think my best bet at describing is probably by playing 2 truths and a lie. 1, Snake's pretty good at being stealthy. 2, he's got a wild libido that would make him any HR department's worst nightmare.
So there's something you like about me, huh?
Yeah, you've got a great butt.
And 3, he smokes so much that he's willing to swallow a pack of cigarettes to hide in his stomach so he can later throw them back up just to smoke on the mission.
Cigarettes? How are those going to help you?
Yep, you're absolutely right. He's not good at being stealthy. He's great at it.
Just a box.
The game starts with you infiltrating a hostile nuclear weapons disposal facility in Alaska, held by members of Foxhound, otherwise known as a group of people really into their spirit animals, including a cat that's in love with his big iron, a toxic metagamer, the masks from Mission Impossible, Jack Edgar Allan Poe, a really horny woman on Team Jacob, and their leader, Liquid Snake. Your objectives: first, rescue the DARPA Chief and the Arms Tech President being held hostage that have codes to be able to activate the nuclear warheads that they want to fire. Secondly, if they can launch the nuke they're threatening to, stop it. And lastly, don't be an idiot.
What was that noise?
What's the situation, Snake?
Colonel, they heard the clapping of my cheeks.
Just as I expected.
What you don't know about me is I'm a chain smoker.
Huh? Whose footprints are these?
They can see the footprints? Okay, this game's insanely cool. You know, I learned pretty fast Metal Gear Solid respects players' intelligence. No, go back. It's no one. Don't worry, it's fine. In my case, though, I just reinforced the idea that respect should be earned. No, I've come too far. Please. Can I shoot him? No, don't stand there. The game gives you all the tools you need to avoid any struggles, but if you struggle anyway, it's great to be able to call help support, aka your codec or your hotline to
Colonel, where do I go?
master nature facts, hypocritical weapon facts.
Don't smoke too much. Cigarettes make you weak.
She's smoking right now. Best Girl Mei Ling / Confucius Please Save My Game, and Jennifer Hale.
Maybe I'll let you do a strip search on me.
But the best way by far to deal with any of your problems in this game is to just...
Trust your instincts as a soldier, as a gamer.
And my instincts led me to sneak through some shameless flirting, vents full of deep lessons on Alaskan field mice, getting perplexed by the opposite gender, and taking in some gorgeous views. That's a man taking a dump.
Alaska. Boy, oh boy, that woman is built all right. Sir, I think I just saw a man shitting himself while on the toilet with his pants on.
Also, Snake could find the DARPA Chief, who explains this facility was secretly working on Metal Gear Rex, a walking battle tank with the ability to fire a nuke anywhere on Earth.
Metal Gear Rex? You mean like the dinosaur?
Precisely. Millions of years ago, the T-Rex was an apex predator. How did you know that?
What do you mean? The T-Rex has become one of the most widely known animals in the prehistoric era.
I suppose it has become widely popular, especially after the 1993 film Jurassic Park.
Anyway, I'm getting you out of here.
To answer that, it's the fate of a person 10 cups of coffee deep. It's a heart attack on the spot. Also, this is Meryl, with notable skills including sit-ups for days, prison breaks, and stealing clothes at the speed of sound.
Don't move!
I want you to keep in mind, that's the same guard that was on the toilet with his pants on, so even though Snake calls her out for shaking while pointing a gun at him, trust me, she's braver than all of us for wearing those pants. Nice. This freaking guy back here. Hideo Kojima coined the phrase digital fusion, which is basically the merging of gameplay and story into one. It was pretty common practice at the time to use CG cutscenes during big story moments in most games, but Kojima and Konami decided, nah, I'm gonna do my own thing, and instead crafted all of their cutscenes inside of PlayStation's real-time 3D engine, which in turn made the experience of playing this game incredibly seamless and immersive. They developed so many new tools to pull this game off, actually. There was this technique they used while crafting camera angles that allowed them to build out their maps using, get this, Legos, and then test those camera angles using that model, which in turn allowed the camera that they use in the game to become as dynamic as it is. It doesn't simply cut to a new angle, it moves and snaps to the next, it warps to first person.
It's all made from currently existing technology. You
As
won't be able
opposed
use
to
it in an area
not
with strong
currently
harmonic
existing
resonance, so be
technology.
careful.
Just looking at all the technology that was new to this game is just so freaking cool. What's maybe less cool is that Meryl and Snake's meet cute wasn't just knocking papers out of each other's hand or something. No, it involved like 20 people's deaths.
Thanks for the help.
Yes! Who are you? Wait! You have a nice ass. President Baker. I had no idea you were so kinky.
No, don't touch it!
Close to the edge, huh?
Revolver, Revolver. You're pretty good. What? My hand!
You know it's bad when you get maimed by a tweaking invisible ninja so hard you completely lose all the grovel in your voice.
My hand!
So clearly out of embarrassment, Ocelot pieces out, which is a shame because he missed out on an info dump, barrels full of real-world nuclear waste issues as far as the eye can see. Speaking of the real world, this is the back of Metal Gear Solid CD case. See this code? Well, if you want to contact Meryl, you're gonna need it.
Oh, that's right. It should be on the back of the CD case.
Unfortunately for President Kneebonks, though, the consequence for breaking the fourth wall for him was divine punishment.
Those Pentagon bastards!
He died for a noble cause, though, because without being able to call Meryl, I never would have been able to hear.
Well, women have more hiding places than men.
It looks like the place is protected by infrared sensors. Somehow you'll have to make it past the
Colonel,
beams.
I absolutely went through the beams already.
Traps. They are everywhere in this place. Son of a bitch.
Use your brain to avoid traps and stay away from the enemy.
Sadly, I listened to that advice about as much as these cigarettes Snake had in his stomach listened to logic, because by some miracle, they're still usable enough to puff out some smoke to see these lasers. So...
There are claymore mines around there.
Who are you?
Just call me Deep Throat.
I would prefer to call you anything else in the world.
place your bets. Who'd win in a fight? An actual tank or...
Just a box.
Before you make any hasty decisions, though, you gotta factor in how much weight Snake's body supports. Help? Oh, okay, no, we're fine. Don't worry about it.
In battle, he is as if possessed by a demon.
Yeah! I have a grenade! I hope all of you are respecting your health out there, getting plenty of exercise, drinking water, not firing guns at nuclear waste. I'm so done. What the? You fool!
Snake, never use your weapon on that floor.
As a believer in Amazon's policy that a cardboard box can solve all your problems, Snake made his way downstairs to shoot a remote-controlled missile to shut off an electric floor and find a man standing there realizing he has an aura that makes people piss themselves.
Kept you pissing, huh?
Spank me, Snake.
What the?
Hurt me more.
It's like one of my Japanese animes.
All right, so one of these statements is true. I won this fight in less than 15 tries, and there's a real stock photo on Getty Images of a guy in a bird costume reading a book next to a woman locked in a bird cage. This is going to be difficult, I think. The good news is, in order to fight a masochist that can block bullets with his sword, treat explosions like confetti, and turn invisible, all you gotta do is punch him in the face enough times to satisfy his kink. It's doing too many flips, I'm afraid. The problem is that it might happen to be a lot of times. We done?
Fuck the bitch!
No! You gotta be kidding me.
Sir, that's some bullshit.
There's more twists and reveals in this game than every M. Night Shyamalan movie combined, and this is the first of many. This is Gray Fox, who you'll only recognize if you played the previous 2 Metal Gear games, which might be a plot twist in its own right, that this is actually the 3rd game in the series, but hey, don't worry about it, we got enough to talk about. Like whether Hal Emmerich keeps wearing the same pair of pissed pants for the rest of the game.
Are you an otaku too?
Better known as Otacon.
It stands for Otaku Convention. An otaku's a guy like me who likes Japanimation.
Or the chief engineer of Metal Gear Rex, whose main reason for becoming a scientist was to
make robots like the ones in the Japanese animes.
And since Metal Gear Rex's nuclear capabilities were added behind his back, he decides to help Snake stop Foxhound. To do this, they need to find a disguised Meryl because she's got this key card that can deactivate the nuke. And if you want to find her, this is your hint.
She kind of wiggles her behind.
You were really looking.
Well, she's got a very cute behind.
Way of walking, huh?
And I kid you not, when you finally find her, they gave her a bouncing butt sound effect. That's gotta be her. Huh? Don't flip me. Meryl, what the hell? What's wrong with you, Meryl? You piece of shit. You just why are you trying to shoot me?
That's the second time I've been able to sneak up on the legendary Solid Snake.
You better watch yourself, Meryl. There are no heroes in war. Only idiots who press the wrong button.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, I deserve that.
My head! Oh, it hurts!
Gave you a concussion, huh?
With the side of getting possessed. Luckily for Meryl, though, Snake's a practiced exorcist and beat the devil out of her.
Useless woman.
A misogynist, huh?
I am Psycho Mantis. That's right. This is no trick. It's true power. Now let me read your mind. No, perhaps I should say your search history. So, you have a subscription to the hub, do you? How embarrassing.
I got more than my money's worth.
You still don't believe me? I will show you my psychokinetic power. Not a single soul enjoys watching ads, Snake. Now I will interrupt your video by the power of my will alone. What do you think now?
I'm thinking that bit's not gonna work for anyone with an ad blocker.
The demonstration is over.
Psycho Mantis, man, what a boss battle. It's hard to say anything that hasn't already been said about it. A guy who breaks the fourth wall so much that not even 5 seconds into the boss fight, he switches the input of your TV. For those of you who don't somehow know, this fight is so unique because it requires you to do something in the real world. He can read all of your moves, he's completely invincible until you switch the port of your controller into like the Player 2 on the PS1. When you do that, he can no longer read you. Doesn't change the fact that I'm getting wrecked, yeah.
Careful, Snake. I can see irreparable brain damage in her future if you punch her again.
Guess you haven't been paying attention, huh? Lifeists believe in gender equality.
And just for good measure, to make sure he didn't get back up for sure, Meryl double taps Psycho Mantis' soul when she sees his face.
Oh, gross.
Hey there. Are you gonna try to kill me? Yes, yes you are.
Wolf dog.
Now there's a few things I'm sure of. I never stood a chance following Meryl's path through these mines. The characters in this game are surprisingly horny, and if any of them have a chance to stare at Meryl's ass, they are gonna take it.
They just shot Meryl in the crotch! Oh, nope. Meryl's super dead. Booty no longer.
You'll need a sniper rifle.
It's not 3 miles back the way I came, is it? Colonel.
Meryl's gone. Up! Up! Now that's some bullshit.
I like to learn new things every day, like it's illegal to own just one guinea pig in Switzerland. And some people are just built different and can take a full magazine of sniper rounds to the forehead with 0 repercussions.
Toss your weapon over here. Slowly.
Guess I'm shooting Nerf bullets, huh?
If a game ever tells you to save, you can be sure things are gonna get rough. And that more than applies here because this madman decided to answer the question of how to immerse a player in torture.
Press the circle button repeatedly to regain your strength.
The fourth wall is, it's not a wall, it's more like a gate here. Wishing you luck. If you die, you're going back to the main menu because there's no retries.
Don't even think about using auto fire, or I'll know.
Press the button! Press the button! Ah! This is actually insane. Press the freaking button! No! All right, thumb and pinky together. This is the new plan. Ooh! Have I just found the trick of button mashing? After all these years, pinky and thumb together? 4-dimensional experience torture! Ow.
While you're waiting to get tortured again, you hang out with your cool new roommate, the dead DARPA Chief, who's suspiciously far more decomposed than he should be. Or you can get reacquainted with the guard Meryl forcibly introduced to asshole tanning.
If I hide under the bed, will he think I escape?
What the hell are you doing?
Well, that went poorly.
Ocelot wants you.
You really think I'm gonna willingly get on that bed again? Oh my lord. This sucks. Come on!
We live in a sad age.
I'm sad.
I thought you might be hungry.
See, what I would think is we play dead with the ketchup. That would be my first instinct. It doesn't let me use it. What do you want from me?
Snake, it's showtime.
Please don't make me.
Come
on! Why don't you use the ketchup and pretend that you're dead?
All right, I'm just gonna keep it out. Maybe that'll work.
What are you playing around with that ketchup for?
Okay. I want to die.
The game finally took pity on my infinite stupidity by sending Gray Fox to bust me out, allowing me to point this man's ass to the sky once again. If any of you get nostalgic for Mr. Revolver's and Torture Emporium, though, rest easy because they gave Snake a souvenir to remember it by.
Bomb. Oh. If you're looking for a quick way to exceed your daily steps, climb an infinite tower with countless dudes trying to shoot you the entire way up. Leave Snake alone! There's too many.
I learned only after I finished the game I could have been shooting while running at the same time, but I didn't have the manual, so I had no idea I had to press the square and the cross button at the same time to be able to do it. So, hey, it's okay. Life ain't always easy. Neither is fighting a helicopter or remembering things you picked up 5 seconds ago.
It's a long way down. If only I had a rope.
What do you know?
I should be able to use that rope I got. What are you going to do?
Rappel down a wall with the world record for dangerous steam blasting in my face in order to face off against some guys down below who are somehow stronger than this cat.
Suck remote-controlled missile. You guys have taken 3 missiles. Are you really not dead?
Try to slither out of this riddle, Snake.
Damn.
If telescopes use mirrors, how do we know there are no space vampires, brother?
Why are you calling me brother?
Ask the father that you killed. I'll send you to hell to meet him.
We all know rock beats scissors. Scissors beats paper, and paper buys missile launcher, and missile launcher beats Hind D. Here's a question that sounds dumb, but is harder to answer the more you think about it. How high up does the sky start? Not sure if that's subjective at all, but all I know is that being this close to the sky after taking all of those stairs up here, I was glad to take an elevator down, even if it did have a bunch of invisible guys trying to kill me on it.
I don't think I like it out here. I think, Sniper Wolf's gonna be out here. Yep.
Yes, it's her. It's definitely her.
Otacon,
Don't tell me you're a simp.
No, I'm not.
So then what is it?
Snake, please don't kill her.
You are a simp.
Please. She's a good person. You'd know that if you talked to her.
Quiet! Don't get in our way.
That's another Metal Gear sniper. She's pretty hot, huh?
You men are so weak. Set me free.
Snake! What was she fighting for? What am I fighting for? What are you fighting for?
Easy. Boobs. Honkers. Calcium cannons. The girls. Chesticles. Diggle bitties. Jiggly puffs. Bazongers. Plumbo wimwams. Big ol' bouncy bongos.
Okay.
Which leads us to Disc 2 and our final giant building of the game full of lava. Oh, well, there is no barrier. A strong bond between coworkers. And completely safe and giant elevators. Whoa, okay, we got ninjas. That lead to a frozen aviary owned by a big dude into pulling ears with a bigger Gatling gun.
Rejoice, Snake. Ours will be a glorious battle.
The Raven boss fight mainly focuses on stealth, and for that, it was by far the easiest. Raven basically runs into a bunch of claymores and rockets so hard he decides Snake's actually a pretty chill dude. So he tells him the DARPA chief he saw die was actually Decoy Octopus. Listen, we're about to get into so many twists, I'm gonna have to start just listing them off. But first, they say cool guys don't look at explosions, but really cool guys don't look at men willingly becoming bird food. That's a lot of turrets. A lot of turrets. I'm just gonna toss that. That went off a cliff. Still work though.
Soon the USA will have no choice but to give in to our demands.
Big Boss's DNA and $1 billion.
That's a lot of moolah. Yes. Also, I've added to our demands that they explain why every grape-flavored product tastes like the color purple.
What are you saying?
Think about it. Have you ever tasted a grape candy and it actually tasted like a grape? With the nuclear power of Metal Gear at our backs, they'll have no choice but to divulge this secret to the world at last.
But boss, you're not worried about the PAL being overridden. If the code is in it again, it'll be deactivated.
No need to worry. Only a fool would backtrack to the degree necessary to deactivate it now.
This is the key to deactivate or activate the nukes depending on if it's been activated or deactivated, and it's only got one use. It also doubles as a mood ring, because based on the temperature it's at, it'll change colors. This means you insert it while it's normal, then you run back to the Raven area where it's cold, turns blue, you put it in again, then you gotta run all the way back, all the way up those elevators up to the lava area, get it to turn red, come all the way back and stick that bad boy in. And as you put the last key in, I think it's a great time to talk about a few of the frankly absurd amount of twists and betrayals that are in this game. There are more than I'm even gonna list here, so hey, buckle up. Number 1, Snake actually just got tricked into activating the nukes, not deactivating them, because Foxhound never had the codes to begin with because the DARPA chief didn't press the circle button fast enough. And I can't blame the guy. 2, and arguably the most important, Snake was unknowingly infected by a disease called
Fox die.
Basically the Pentagon's Death Note disease, which targets specific people it comes in contact with, and it was the real reason they even sent him here in the first place. 3, Naomi hates Snake and altered Fox Die to get revenge on Foxhound and Snake for killing Big Boss, Snake's kind of dad clone and her benefactor, but more importantly for getting Gray Fox, her kind of brother, turned into a cyborg. I know, I understand, just bear with me, things are freaking crazy if you don't know anything about Metal Gear. 4, Liquid Snake is Snake's twin made from Big Boss's DNA. 5, Master Miller, my champion in nature facts, was Liquid Snake all along, just wearing sunglasses.
Did you like my sunglasses?
6, and you learn this in the credits, Revolver. Ocelot was a spy the entire time for the 3rd clone of Big Boss, besides Solid and Liquid Snake, Solidus, who, get this, is the President of the United States. And 7, somehow the biggest twist of all, being expected to survive fighting Metal Gear Rex. All right, call me crazy, but I think I'm outmatched. Okay, what the hell am I doing? You die a lot in the final showdown, getting triple missiled, lasered, and gunned down, unless you stay in this little perfect sweet spot of mid-range, squeezing out missiles you gotta lock on in first person. It really just becomes the best time. This seems a little difficult. Just a little bit.
The only thing I know for real is there will be Gray Fox.
He's standing here. Yeah, most things do, honestly.
Yep, Gray Fox is Deep Throat, and he casually drops a Naomi lore twist that completely recontextualizes her entire motivation.
Here's a final present from Deep Throat.
You know, I still think we could really workshop that, Nick.
In the Middle East, we don't hunt foxes, we hunt jackals. So before you die, answer the pop song phenomenon question for me. What does the fox say?
A cornered fox is more dangerous than a jackal.
And because Snake refuses to let me pull the trigger and take the shot that Gray Fox uses his life to set up,
No good. I can't do it. Can't do it. I can't do it.
He gets hit with a...
Left foot, let's stop.
Liquid, we're brothers. You don't want to do this.
Why? I got great news. If you die in this phase, you get to go all the way back and do the entire fight again in the first phase too. This fight was hard. I hate it here.
Oh, you're aiming the wrong way, Snake!
This is bad.
Sleeping late as usual,
Liquid, you're still shirtless.
So, you finally noticed, have you? Just because you've destroyed Metal Gear is no reason to forgo style.
Wait, did you take off my shirt?
Fashion isn't what it used to be, brother.
What the hell does fashion have to do with your plan?
It's not about fashion, it's about human nature. It all leads back to Gap.
Gap? The clothing retail store?
The very same. In 1969, the first Gap opened, becoming known for its wide catalog of denim and jeans. However, in the 1970s, early punks began to rip their jeans in an expression of anger towards capitalism and corporate greed. Despite this, as the years passed, stores themselves began to sell ripped jeans to the public, becoming an agent of corporate greed all on its own.
You don't mean?
Yes. Gap references the social gap between the rich and the poor, playing the public for fools and paying to look poorer. Not to mention, Gap Incorporated also owns Old Navy, a store referencing a branch of the military.
The military?
You see, Snake, they knew from the start the duality of man would fuel their business, just like how war fuels the military. And I will not become a pawn of their ripped jeans.
Hypothetical situation for you. So you're with this random unconscious girl you have supposedly been dragging around for quite a while, and say you learn your facility is about to be nuked by the US. If your first course of action is to set off your own nuke that's gonna go off in 3 minutes before theirs has a chance to kill you, while of course you fist fight to the death with your brother, then hey, you and Liquid Snake would get along famously.
Have at you, Snake!
Have at you! There's no way he just started the fight with have at you. All right, have at ye! Hiya! Well, that was done.
What's wrong, Snake?
I have bad footing. Oh shit. Yeah, I know, it's actually pretty funny. Well, it was a good life. I always loved you, brother. If only we had more time.
Better hurry!
Better hurry!
What's wrong, Snake? What's wrong, Snake?
Dude, if you don't line it up perfectly, you're so dead.
What's wrong, Snake?
Everything's wrong, Liquid. You're done, Liquid. With the final showdown 2.0 falling into the depths, Meryl proved she's a Dungeons & Dragons character, because one long rest later, being shot in 3 out of her 4 limbs wasn't that big of a deal.
Snake? Snake!
Meryl. Meryl.
Snake!
Meryl.
Snake.
Meryl.
There's a time and place for being horny, but 10 minutes out from being nuked in a facility you gotta escape, maybe isn't one of them.
I'll drive! Damn, a surveillance camera!
Rookie mistake, Meryl.
Rookie or not, though, she's a great driver, blasting you into one of the coolest action set pieces of its time.
Hell yeah, let's go, Meryl. That's sick. Oh yeah, baby.
Okay, Snake, let's go.
All right, Meryl, let's go.
You want to know another twist? Besides all these genome soldiers actually having Big Boss's DNA this whole time, so they're technically kind of related to you. Guess who's back? Nope, never mind.
Not yet, Snake.
Shut the hell up, Liquid.
Not over yet.
Get the Liquid, get the hell out of town.
That's right, baby. It's time for the final showdown 3.0.
They had to have sprinkled some cat DNA in with Big Bosses for Liquid because this dude has at least 9 lives. He just refuses to die. It cracks me up so much.
Stop swerving.
Take it like a man, Liquid. Meryl, do what you gotta do.
We're gonna crash.
Don't worry. Liquid's dead. Super dead. Worm food. Unalived. That is a doornail. I've told you once before. I will not die until you're dead.
Do you have God mode on?
Prepare to die, Snake, without ever learning why a TV set is called a set if there's only one. Fox. Die. We're absolutely shooting him in the head, Meryl.
Don't say it, Snake.
Kept you waiting, huh?
And how do they get away from the impending nuke, you ask? Easy, they don't. Because the nuke got called off. The colonel took care of the whole thing. The Secretary of Defense that was supposedly working all on his own got arrested, and that's that. The only thing that's left to do is get inspired by
Caribou. It'll be spring soon, and they'll be living life to the fullest.
Us too.
Exactly. If you don't live your life with laughing, is it a life worth living? So remember, Meryl, we must live and laugh. But most importantly, love.
I think I'm gonna like this new life.
Live, laugh, love. We love and we live so that we love more. That is the purpose that we must find so that we can love more.
You mustn't allow yourself to be chained to fate, to be ruled by your genes. Humans can choose the type of life they want to live. The important thing is that you choose life, and then live.